Dear kids, today I am taking your chapter 10, that is circles. 10.1 we will start with today. Let's see. We have first fill in the blanks. The center of circle lies in dash of circle, interior or exterior. So that is interior obviously. Next is a point whose distance from the center of circle is greater than its radius lies in dash. अगर यहाँ पे center of circle है, ये radius है, तो अगर कोई point है जो radius से बड़ा है, तो that point will be obviously to the exterior of circle. The longest chord of circle is diameter. Do you know that? The longest chord, if I draw a circle, then the longest chord will be your diameter. Next is an arc is a dash when it ends are the ends of diameter. Now if I draw a circle, this is the diameter, this is the arc, getting my point, and this arc starts from one end of diameter to the other end of diameter, then it is called as semicircle. Next we have a segment of circle is the region between an arc and a dash of circle. If I give you something like this is your chord AB, then this part will be called as a segment. Got my point clear? So what is a segment? It is between arc and chord. The area between arc and chord. Getting my point clear? Next we have a circle divides the plane on which it lies in dash parts. Yes, so we have it here. A circle divides the plane on which it lies in dash parts. So that is your 3 parts. Next is true or false. Your first is line segment joining center to any point on a circle is the radius. Yes, it is true. A circle has only finite number of equal chords. आपके पास एक circle है तो उसके जो equal chords होंगे, that will be infinite. You cannot count in them. So there can be infinite number of equal chords. So this is your false. Third is if a circle is divided into 3 equal arcs, each is a major arc. Now 4 equal arcs, if I divide my circle, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Getting my point? If I am dividing this into 4 equal arcs, they are all equal. So how come there's major or minor arc? So similarly, if I divide my circle in 3 equal arcs, 1, 2, 3. So there is no major, no minor arc. So this is false. Fourth, we have a chord of a circle which is twice as long as its radius is a diameter. Yes, that's true. Next is a sector is a region between the chord and its corresponding arc. My dear kids, this, if I join, this will be called as a sector. Okay, but if I have a chord and the corresponding arc, then this is called as segment, not the sector. So this one is your false. A circle is a plane figure. Yes, it is a plane figure. True. Next we have recall that two circles are congruent if they have same radii. Prove that equal chords of congruent circles subtend equal angles at the center. So if I have a circle and the chords are equal, so if I say this as AB, this is equal to CD. In between you have a center O. We will join this and you have to prove if the chords are equal, that is AB is equal to CD, you have to prove that angle AOB is equal to angle DOC, because that is what This chord AB is subtending AOB at the center and chord DC is subtending DOC at the center. We have to prove that these both angles are equal. Now many of you, what they will do is they will say that these are vertically opposite angles. But rather than saying for vertically opposite angles, I would love if you prove it. So how to prove this? We'll take two triangles. In triangle AOB and triangle DOC, DO is equal to OB, radius of same circle. OC is equal to OA, again radius of same circle. And AB is equal to CD, given. So you got three reasons of congruency. Hence you can say triangle AOB is congruent to triangle COD by triple S test. And therefore you can say by CPCT, congruent parts of congruent triangle, angle AOB is equal to angle COD. Perfect? Yes, very good. Next we have proof that if the chords of a congruent circle subtended equal angles at the center, then the chords are equal. Exactly opposite of what we have done in my previous problem. In the previous problem, chords were equal, but this time you have to prove that the chords are equal. So prove that AB is equal to CD, and it is given that they subtend equal angles. So given it is angle AOB is equal to angle COD. That's given. Shall we start? We will take two triangles, obviously this one and this one. It is given that AOB is equal to COD, your reason number 1. Reason number 2, AO is equal to OD because they are radius of the same congruent circles. I have taken only one circle. You can make two circles differently, no problem. CO is equal to OB, again the same reason that they are radii of same circle. Therefore, two triangles are congruent by SAS test. Once they are congruent, you can put therefore AB is equal to CD by CPCT. Am I correct? Next we have draw different pair of circles. How many points does each pair have in common? What is the maximum number of common points? Now sometimes your circles are far apart, so you will write no point in common. Sometimes they can be touching each other externally, so there is one point in common. Sometimes they can be touching each other internally, so you can say again one point in common. Sometimes they will intersect each other like this. At that point you have 2 points there, so you will write 2 points in common. Got my point clear? Sometimes they will be, one circle will lie inside other circle, but they will not have anything in common. They will not touch each other. So you will write no point in common. Got my point clear? Next is, suppose you are given a circle, give a construction to find its center. So you have been given a circle and you have to find center. Okay, I don't know the center of the circle. What I'll do is I'll put random two chords. So what I'll do, first I will draw a circle, then I will draw two chords, random two chords, AB and CD. And I'll take a perpendicular bisector of AB. And similarly, I will also take a perpendicular bisector of CD. And wherever these two perpendicular bisectors of AB and CD intersect, that point will be called as center of a circle. Got my point clear? Perfect. Shall we stop here? God bless.